Thanks so much for having me. Um, I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey to virtual reality and how I use it in my work. I'm Krista Knight. I'm a playwright and screenwriter. At Vanderbilt, I teach playwriting and screenwriting, which, if there are any students here today, you should totally take. When the pandemic happened, theater couldn't happen. Suddenly, the way we connected to audiences through live, cramped, in-person, hyper-local encounters was no longer possible. And while you may say theater wasn't exactly thriving, or it's sure as hell not going anywhere either. Like a cockroach, it won't die. Connecting to an audience in the same room suddenly wasn't possible. There'd have to be another way. In the summer of 2020, I was holed up in a 450 square foot New York City apartment. Classes had gone online, rehearsals had been canceled, productions shut down, meetings indefinitely postponed. Who could I create work for? Who could I share it with? One answer was the cockroach who lived in my walls. An audience of one? It'd have to do. There he is. There's the cockroach. For him, I wrote a 6-part saga of longing and heartbreak. Picking up roughly where Kafka left off, this loner, squatter, and rebel dares to love. We follow his antimorphosis through a series of beat poetry performances as our hero draws nearer to the object of his desire and his undoing. I.e., the woman who lives in the apartment who he is obsessed with ends up stomping on him at her birthday. In part 6, he visits her as a cockroach ghost. Now he can watch her always. Maybe I was losing my mind a little bit. We all were. There were makeshift refrigerated morgues parked on Atlantic Avenue. And if I wanted to do a play, and I know it seems absurd that some people want to do plays, but it would have to be at a distance. I asked an actor who I knew and loved if he would record the cockroach monologues over Zoom with him recording himself on his iPhone. Dialogue is about half of a play or a film. The other half is visual. All the internet theater I was seeing was so bad because without theater-ness of theater, seeing the sweat glisten on the performer's forehead or believing something is real next to other people who are believing the same thing, it was just bad film. Instead, I animated my cockroach piece, now called Crush, through puppeteering a VR puppet. There I am in my pajamas. Apologies, it was the pandemic. It's so novel, I can't stand it. I love VR. My boyfriend and I were already making some VR puppets, mostly for VR chat. If you don't know VR chat, it's like early internet chat rooms, but in virtual reality. Here's an image. There it is. So you can be any one of these avatars or upload a custom avatar. One of the things I love about VR is it allows me to do things that I could never do in real life. For example, this one time in VR chat, the group of guys I didn't know were like, follow me to another location, and I did. I know, the magic of virtual reality. We licensed the cockroach body from the game engine Unity and rigged it up so that we could move the arms and head with the Oculus headset and controllers. Quick question, Derek, are you hearing audio in these videos? Just making.
The last one I did not. The others I did.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to ask the same question about the next one probably. We built a digital set of a dilapidated New York apartment, roughly mirroring our own. We added a couple free use objects like a couch, brick walls, and a spotlight. For the first time in my writing life, I didn't just write the dialogue the characters were saying, I was also moving the character's body, flicking a wrist where I imagined it might be flicked, falling to my knees in a desperate plea. Here's another video. Derek, let me know if you can hear audio on this.
No audio on this one.
Oh, audio. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, that works.
Great. Great. Okay, moving on. Great. Many hours of shooting video while one person was in headset and the other was watching via home nerve center of motley monitors, and many hours of editing later, part one was ready to be released online. Because that's where I am when I'm not at the theater. I hate social media and believe strongly that it is poison, but it's where I released my pandemic opus, once a week for 6 weeks. I'm going to show you a supercut of all 6 episodes, 20 minutes of footage condensed into 4 minutes, after which I'll be back. Derek, let me know, hopefully you will be able to hear audio. Let me know if yes or no.
No audio.
Crushed ice
There
to
we
make
go.
a snow cone. My blood. Crush. Candy crush. Crushed ice to make a snow cone. My blood. The syrup. The last tenant, why even you're here now, and your rhythms of stomping are better than any other rhythms. The kind of crumbs you leave when you leave, crumbs. Nasty crumbs. Starving. I haven't eaten for weeks. Without your footfalls, the idiot scum. I hate nothing so much as I hate another cockroach.
Part 2. FYI.
Some
3.
mail came for you while you were gone. At the beach, having fun. I chewed through the plastic bubble wrap in a coating to find an expired Adventist calendar with Christmas crossed out and with a countdown to your birthday. Is your birthday coming up? Is that what this is about? What would help? If I complimented you, you don't look ugly. You don't look old. If you could see yourself right now, the way I see you, so incredibly tall and wide, your feet create a wind tunnel. Kind, messy, clumsy, clumsy. You. Do I only want you because you scare me?
Part 4.
Stupid! You stupid, you little crumb! My little crumb. You came a little close to actually just about really stepping on me. You better cut that out! I'll do something nice for you. I'll make you happy. Would you like that? I'll make you happy. It's your
Part 5.
birthday. Oh, crumb. Four sets of carbonate wings spread in perfect geometric splatter. Thorax splintered. Waxy calcium carbonate jutting through organs. I, a celly compound. And that's the last I see. Until I woke here, above you. Now I can watch you always. Now I can watch you always. Now I can watch you always.
Great. Thank you. So that's the hypercut. Pulling up the text. Did anyone ask for my VR cockroach play? Did anyone watch my VR cockroach play before this panel today? What mattered to me was the opportunity to connect to other artists through creating story, sharing it on a social media platform that makes money off of me creating them content for free. Due to the fact that I'm an utterly relentless promoter of my work, because you have to be, because no one else truly can be, not even your agents, bless them, Crush has gotten traction. Crush was recommended in the New York Times. It was a Nashville Scene Critics pick and featured in American Theater Magazine in their piece on the future of theater. Recently, it won the Broadway On Demand Film Festival, and it will premiere this spring on the Emmy app. Yay. In conclusion, don't stop, won't stop. You are only a few YouTube tutorials away from telling your story, whether anyone likes it or not. The cockroach in my walls, he told me he loved it. He told me he would watch it always. Thank you.